Hello there everybody and welcome back to Starspeed. Before I start off this video, I'd just like to say I got a brand new mic, so hopefully this is going to sound really crisp and really clear. But if not, then oh well. Anyway, without further ado, let's get right on into the video. So, Order 66 is something that we all know about and have all seen happen and play out in the films. However, what we were shown in Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, wasn't all that actually happened. Since 2005, we've seen many different perspectives of this event, and really come to learn how galaxy-shattering this event was. So today I'm going to try and cover stuff from Legends, from canon, from all sorts, from books, from novelizations, about Order 66 and what happened during that time. Because there's a lot of stuff that wasn't shown to us in Episode 3. So yeah, without further ado, I'm going to get right into it. Now, one of the first things that I want to cover is a really interesting scene that takes place before Order 66 and before everything goes down. Unfortunately, this is not canon anymore. It's from the Revenge of the Sith novelization, which I really do recommend reading. It is a great book and goes into detail on so much stuff, and it's really enjoyable to read. But this scene is when Anakin is leaving the Jedi Temple. So yeah, let's go. Shakti felt him coming before she could see him. The infra and ultrasound-sensitive cavities in the tall, curving monstrols on either side of her head gave her a sense analogous to touch. The texture of his approaching footsteps was ragged as old sacking. As he rounded the corner to the landing deck door, his breathing felt like a pile of gravel, and his heartbeat was spiking like a Zabrak's head. He didn't look good either. He was deathly pale, even for a human, and his eyes were raw. "Anakin," she said warmly. Perhaps a friendly word was what he needed. She doubted he'd gotten many from Master Windu. "Thank you for what you have done. The Jedi Order is in your debt. The whole galaxy as well. Shakti, get out my way." Shaky as he looked, there was nothing unsteady in his voice. It was deeper than she remembered, more mature, and it carried undertones of authority that she had never heard before. And she was not blind to the fact that he had neglected to call her master. She put forth a hand, offering calming energies through the Force. "The temple is sealed, Anakin. The door is code-locked." And you're in the way of the pad. She stepped aside, allowing him to the pad. She had no reason to keep him here against his will. He punched the code hungrily. "If Palpatine retaliates," she said reasonably, "is it not your place here to help with our defense? I'm the chosen one. My place is there." His breathing roughened, and he looked as if he was getting even sicker. "I have to be there. That's the prophecy, isn't it? I have to be there." "Anakin, why? The Masters are the best of the Order. What can you possibly do?" The door slid open. "I'm the chosen one," he repeated. "Prophecy can't be changed. I'll do." He looked at her with eyes that were dying, and a spasm of unendurable pain passed over his face. Shakti reached for him. He should be in the infirmary, not heading towards what might be a savage battle. But he lurched away from her hand. "I'll do what I'm supposed to do," he said, and sprinted into the night and the rain. After that, well, we all know what happens, don't we? Anakin fully surrenders himself to the dark side, taking the life of Mace Windu alongside Palpatine, and is crowned Darth Vader. And then, everything changes.
Execute Order 66.
As Anakin walks up to the Jedi Temple, thousands of screams are heard across the galaxy. On Felucia, the clones that are on a mission with Aayla Secura shoot her down in the back. For kind of a fun fact, these clones felt terrible for shooting her down. Many of them owed her their lives, and these were one of the only batches of clones who felt real emotion when shooting down their master. On Mygeeto, Yadi-Mundi turns around to the clones who have randomly stopped following his orders, and suddenly faces a hail of oncoming fire, which he tries to deflect. However, it is no use. He dies in seconds. On a Venator-class Star Destroyer headed directly for Coruscant, Ahsoka, Anakin's former Jedi Padawan, is facing huge oncoming fire from the clones who have just turned against her. She deflects many of the blaster bolts that are fired at her and escapes through the ceiling with her lightsabers, but that's a story for another day. On Cato Nemoidia, Plo Koon is engulfed in blaster fire from his fellow clones who are supposed to be on his side, firing directly at his Jedi starfighter as he's engulfed in flames. On Saleucami, I think that's how you pronounce it, Stas Ali's clone troopers receive the deadly order and fall back their speeder bikes as they fire on the Jedi, engulfing it in flames and killing her instantly. On another Venator-class Star Destroyer, awaiting to receive new orders, a young Padawan Cal Kestis watches as his master tries to defend him from oncoming fire as he is shot down and killed. On Utapau, Cody stares up at the Jedi Master before him. He orders the fire and a cannon shoots at the Jedi. The creature he is riding is torn to pieces, mainly defending Obi-Wan from the blast, surrendering its own life to save Kenobi. They fall to the bottom of the seemingly endless pit, and by some miracle, Obi-Wan survives. On Kashyyyk, Yoda senses the betrayal of the clones as they stand behind him, raising their blasters. In a swift motion, he decapitates both of them as their bodies crumple to the floor. What I'm going to read to you next is another extract from the Revenge of the Sith book. So now I'm going to kind of cover the Jedi Temple scene and everything that happened in that space of time at the Jedi Temple. So yeah, let's go. Gate Master Juruk sprinted through the empty vaulted hallway, clattering echoes of his footsteps, making him sound like a platoon. The main doors of the temple were slowly swinging inward in answer to the code key punched into the outside lockpad. The Gate Master had seen him on the monitor, Anakin Skywalker, alone. The huge doors creaked inward, and as soon as they were wide enough, the Gate Master slipped through. Anakin stood in the night outside, shoulders hunched, head down against the rain. "Anakin," he gasped, running up to the young man. "Anakin, what happened? Where are the Masters?" Anakin looked at him, though he wasn't sure who the Gate Master was. "Where is Sha Ti?" "In the meditation chambers. We felt something happen in the Force. Something awful. She's searching the Force in deep meditation, trying to get some feel for what's going on." His words trailed away. Anakin didn't seem to be listening. "Something has happened, hasn't it?" Juruk looked past him now. The night beyond the temple was full of clones. Battalions of them. Brigades. Thousands. "Anakin," he said slowly. "What's going on? Something's happened. Something horrible. How bad is it?" The last thing Juruk felt was the emitter of a lightsaber against the soft flesh beneath his jaw. The last thing he heard, as blue plasma chewed upward through his head and burst from the top of his skull and burned away his life, was Anakin Skywalker's melancholy reply, "You have no idea." Marching silently to the gates of the temple with the clones, Darth Vader led the clones inside where they attacked its residence. The Jedi refused to die without a fight in defense of their home and fought back, killing many clone troopers. Vader altered and broadcast a beacon, ordering all Jedi to return to the Jedi Temple because the war was over, leading any who heeded the call to their death at the hands of the clones. Obi-Wan Kenobi and Yoda later fixed this, redirecting the Jedi away from the temple, telling them about Order 66 when they returned to the temple, in the hope of saving more Jedi. As the Sith Lord marched, a Jedi Temple guard recognized him as his former identity, Anakin Skywalker, and said "Skywalker" under his breath before being cut down by Vader. Vader went to search the council chamber for more survivors, and it was there that he found a large group of younglings. A young boy approached Vader from where the other younglings had hidden themselves. The boy, not realizing that Skywalker had become Vader and defected to the Sith, asked him what the Jedi were going to do, and in answer, Vader reignited his lightsaber and proceeded to execute the entire group. The fierce fighting sparked a blaze which soon engulfed the entire temple, attracting the attention of hundreds of beings who watched in horror as the ancient edifice burned. Witnessing the smoke and flames, Bail Organa, the senator from Alderaan and a Jedi sympathizer, landed on the landing platform of one of the tower hangars to investigate the fire. After being turned away by the clones guarding the hangar, the retreating senator witnessed Zet Jukasa, a young Padawan, cutting his way through the group in an attempt to escape the massacre. Though Jukasa put up a tremendous fight and killed 5 clones, he was soon overwhelmed and shot dead right in front of the horrified senator. The clones started to fire on Bail Organa until a trooper ordered them to stand down, telling the others not to worry about him. As she meditated in the temple, Shaak Ti was killed by Vader when he stabbed her through the back. After this, Vader confronted Sin Drellig, the temple's battle master and one of the most powerful masters in the temple. After murdering 2 of Drellig's trainees, Bean and Y. Melrook, the Sith entered a duel with Drellig, but Vader killed him by slashing his shoulder. Soon after, this would be briefly witnessed by Yoda and Obi-Wan Kenobi. As the fighting began to die down, Darth Sidious arrived at the temple to check on Vader's progress. Vader knelt before his master to be congratulated by the Dark Lord, and said to go and bring peace to the rising empire. Sidious then ordered Vader to travel to Mustafar to eliminate the leaders of the Confederacy of Independent Systems, an unrecognized state opposing the Republic that had seceded 3 years prior, assembled there by Sidious under the pretense of talks to end the conflict. And, well, we all know how it goes from there. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you think there's anything that I didn't cover or you'd like me to cover in the future, let me know. Let me know if you liked these fact videos. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching. May the Force be with you. Bye.